ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਰੁਕ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੇ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਅਹਿਮ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਵੱਲ। ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਤੋਂ ਐਮਪੀਪੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪੀਲ ਰੀਜਨ ਤੇ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੜ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਲਗਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ, ਜਦਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਜਲਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਿਆ ਤੇ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਹੇਠ ਦੱਸਿਆ। ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਹਾਊਸ ਲੀਡਰ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਯੋਗ ਕਦਮ ਚੁੱਕ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਹੈਲਥ ਕੇਅਰ ਅਤੇ ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਕੇਅਰ ਸੈਂਟਰਾਂ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਫੰਡ ਐਲਾਨੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। उन्होंने कहा कि उम्मीद है कि पील रीजन जल्दी पैरा सिर आ जाएगा, इसलिए सरकार दीयां कोशिशां जारी ने।
Speaker, on Friday, the Premier announced long overdue public health measures to control the spread of COVID-19. Sadly, these measures come after months of delay and underinvestment from the Ford government. It was little over 2 weeks ago that the Premier rolled back public health measures and claimed, I quote, "We see the curve going down," end quote, even as those case counts were spiking in communities like the region of Peel. Has the Ford government's health table estimated how much COVID-19 spread as a result of the government's refusal to recognise the crisis?
Government House Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth. The government has maintained its focus on halting the spread of COVID-19 not only in the summer but through the fall, Mr. Speaker. The Minister of Health brought forward a very comprehensive second wave program, which included substantial investments in testing. Mr. Speaker, it included also investments by the Minister of Long-Term Care. So I would say to the member that progress has been made while we continue to work a whole-of-government approach to flattening the curve. We do understand how difficult this is for the people of the City of Toronto and to the people of Peel, and that's why we're going to redouble our efforts to make sure that we can flatten this curve, Mr. Speaker, because I think those two communities, as well as the entire province, deserve that.
The supplementary question.
Thank you, Speaker. But the new lockdown measures imposed Friday will have devastating impacts in communities like Brampton. But it's all the more devastating because they actually could have been avoided. If the Premier had not spent weeks and months denying and minimising the threat posed by the second wave and ignoring the facts, Speaker, is he prepared to admit that his government's inaction and denial has made this crisis far worse in the province of Ontario and commit to an honest and transparent response moving forward?
Government House Leader.
Again, Mr. Speaker, look, I do appreciate the passion and the concern that the member opposite has with respect to her community. I think we're all on the same page in wanting to ensure that that Peel region gets back on its feet as soon as possible. We have redoubled our efforts working with the federal government, of course, and with Peel region and with our municipal partners in that area, Mr. Speaker. We understand. That's why the Minister of Health has brought in additional contact tracers. That's why we brought in additional testing into Peel region. This is a very difficult situation. It's difficult for the businesses there. It's difficult for families. We understand that, Mr. Speaker. The Minister of Finance has brought in additional resources to help our small businesses. But ultimately, Mr. Speaker, what will work best for that community is if we all redouble our efforts, do what public health officials are saying. It is in our control, not only in Peel and in Toronto, but across Ontario. It is in our control whether we flatten this curve and we reopen Ontario